Precious Healthy Happy Home. Today I'm going to be showing you the meal planner that I created and I use to plan meals for my family. The meal planner, it is called Just Meal Plan. Like Nike's slogan, Just Do It, well this is Just Meal Plan. Okay, so you can purchase this on my Etsy shop, Precious Homeschool, for $6.99. It is an instant PDF digital download, so you can just, and it's undated, so you can just buy it once, print out the pages that you need over and over, use it year after year, and never have to buy another meal planner ever again. That is my hope that, it is my hope that every page in here So this planner has 149 pages, and that is several pages, but you will not use every single page. I tried to create this to where anyone can just pick and choose the pages they need, because everyone's organizing style and planning style is all different, so I tried to make the pages to where they work for anybody. So for example, like on the inventory section, there are a variety of pages to choose from to keep track of your food inventory. Same way with your shopping list and your weekly menus. And there's also a bunch of pages for different ways to keep track of your favorite recipes, whether it's by the meal, like breakfast or lunch or supper or dinner, or whether it's by a certain category, like appetizers, main dish, side dish, dessert, or whether it's by another type of dish, or whether it's by another type of dish like pasta or meat or chicken or beef. So there are so many pages to choose from. And in addition to that, I also wanted to give you several recipe templates to choose from where you can start your own recipe binder. So I'll show you real quick here just one of them. But there are 31 recipe templates to choose from in here. If I can find it. Okay. Like here's an example. But there's 31 of them, and they all have a different picture. They all have a different picture, clip art in there. And so you can just print them all out, or just, whichever one you like the best, print it out however many times you need it, and you can write down the ingredients for your recipe, the directions, and then the notes section as well. So you can start your own recipe binder. But I will go through this planner shortly with you page by page, and if you have any questions, just ask. Thank you for watching. So this meal planner also has 12 meal planning calendars, and like I said earlier, they're not dated, there's no year on them, the dates are not filled in, but they are labeled, January through December. This planner is all in color. It's not, a big amount of color, but it does have some color to it, but you could always print it out in black and white ink only if you chose to. The planner also comes with several reference pages to go to, such as how much food you would need to feed 25 people, like conversions, equivalent measurements, how to convert from the standard measuring system like teaspoons to the metric system like milliliters. It also includes a guide, a step-by-step guide to learn how to go about meal planning, or at least give you some, it's a guide to kind of give you an idea of, the steps to take, and you just, tweak it and make it your own. But anyway, well, if you have any questions, just ask, and thank you for watching. Okay, so here is the meal planner. It is called Just Meal Plan. And here is just the copyright information. The table of contents. It tells you that there's a brief description of what is included, reference sheets, a how to meal plan guide, inventory list, shopping list, meal planning calendars, weekly menus, mealtime favorites, favorite meals, type of dish favorites, favorite menus, recipe page templates, and then extra pages, which are pages for recipes to try, recipe sources, and a recipe source key, special occasions, and a store list. So here is the brief description of what is included. So for the reference sheets, it kind of tells you what's included there, how to meal plan, kind of tells you what kind of sheets are included for the inventory, what sheets are included for the shopping list, the meal planning calendars, the weekly menus, and the mealtime favorites, the favorite meals, the type of dish favorites, favorite menus, recipe templates, and the extra pages. And each section has a section divider page. So here are the reference sheets. Here are the amounts of food needed to feed 25 people. Here are some common abbreviations, equivalent measurements, and this section here is the approximate metric conversion. So if you need to convert from teaspoons to milliliters, you multiply by 5. Anyway, so that's what that is. Here's a substitution list, and here are the daily requirements for the food groups. And then here's the section on how to meal plan. So the things that you need and the steps to take, and it continues here. And included within the steps to take, there's some sections called food for thought. And those are just little tips along the way, or things to think about as you're meal planning. Here are some shopping and cooking tips, and some helpful website resources to find recipes. And then this is the inventory section. Now this is where there are several pages, but they're all for inventory, but they're a little bit different. Like, this is the page that I use for my inventory. It just says inventory, and it's just a grid with just empty boxes. Plain, simple. This is the one I use. Some people might want to also, list everything they have, whether it's in their deep freeze, pantry, fridge, produce bin, whatever. They may want to just list it all on one page, which is how I use this page. But they may want it a little bit more broken down. So like they may write, I can't think right now, they might write like tuna, 5 cans, its location in the pantry, when does it expire, they might put down the expiration date. So for this one, you have the item name, how many of it you have, where it's at in your house, and when it expires. This one, it's a blank line, so if you want the same layout, like the name, how many you have, and when it expires, you could put like this is the pantry inventory or the deep freeze. Okay, so that's how that one is. And then these are actually already labeled out, like you have the cabinet inventory. And once again, I have different pages because people may not call it a pantry, they may just say it's a cabinet. I know that's how it is around here. But so once again, you have your item name, how many you have, and when it expires. You have a cellar inventory, deep freeze inventory, then the freezer inventory, which I would consider this one the freezer that's connected to the refrigerator, long-term storage inventory, pantry inventory, produce bin inventory, and refrigerator inventory. Okay. So that was the inventory section. Then the shopping list. So this shopping list is already pre-filled out with categories. So you have a shopping list, and you have like personal care, health and beauty, cleaning, paper products, craft and hobby, school and office, canned goods, dry goods, baking, produce, chilled, frozen, condiments, and then you have 3 extra places for you to put your own. Okay? But if you didn't want it pre-filled out, then there's one where you fill in your own categories. Now, these last 2 I showed you, they are just a general shopping list. Like, you may go to 3 different stores, but you can use this one shopping list for all 3 stores. And this is the one I use. Or some people may want their shopping list broke down by store. So here's a blank line, and you can put like, Aldi's shopping list. These are the categories, the items I get in these categories at Aldi's or at Walmart or Kroger or wherever you shop. And if you still want to make your own categories, then you can still insert your own store name and your own categories. And some people may just want a standard, just a plain Jane shopping list. So that's what this is. And once again, if you like that setup and you just want to put your own store name in, well, there you go. Now you have the meal plan calendars. So here's January, and it's Sunday through Saturday over here, and then there's a notes section. After Saturday, there's a notes section. It's labeled January, but the days are not filled in and the year is not filled in. So you can just, like I said, buy once and just print this anytime you need it. Then February, and each heading design is different for each month. You have March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and these are in color, October, November, and December. Then you have the weekly menus, and there are different ones of these as well. Okay, so here, this is filled out already. You have a weekly meal plan. So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you can write in what you're going to have. And to the side, you have a shopping list with categories already filled in, like personal health, beauty, cleaning, dairy and eggs, chilled, meats, frozen, dry goods, canned goods, baking, produce, and then a couple blank categories. Okay, so these are filled in for the days of the week, and the shopping categories are filled in as well. But if you don't like that, like let's say you don't start your weekly meal plan on Monday, well, then you can choose this one. The days are blank, and you can fill in the days, that you do start your meal plan, and the categories are still filled in. But if you don't want that, then you can choose this one. The days of the week are blank, and the categories are blank. So that's one option. Here's another option. Now there are actually, I think, 3 of these. Yes. Okay, so these pages, you have your blank line up here where you write in the day of the week. So you can write Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever you need. There's a notes section to the right. And this is for breakfast, lunch, and supper. Now some people don't call their lunch lunch, and some people don't call their supper supper. So this one says breakfast, lunch, and supper. This one is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This one is breakfast, dinner, and supper. So, because I know in different parts of the country, they use the word dinner instead of lunch or supper. So there you have your choices. And then I try to make like a little game plan weekly menu. So here you have a chalkboard, and it says, so here's the plan. And then you fill in your days of the week, like on Monday we'll have, and you fill in what you're going to have. On Tuesday we'll have, but like I said, you fill in your days of the week, and you fill in what you're going to have. I thought that was kind of cute. And then I have a couple other, I have some more. Here's another one. There are 7 boxes. You just fill in your day of the week and the meals you're going to have. And there's some cute little old-fashioned clip art. Here's a woman in her cupboard or pantry, a chef cooking, and some bread down here. And here's another weekly menu. Same thing, 7 empty boxes. You fill in your day with your meal plan. You have the woman in the cupboard, the chef cooking, and then you have a couple women up here with this picture and some pies, and it says weekly menu. And this is the one we are currently using. And then you have just this simple, nice writing one. Here's just a little poem prayer I made up. It says, "Lord, please bless our food. Let us be thankful for what we have and never feud." And it starts off with Monday and goes to Sunday, and then has a Bible verse at the bottom. It says, "She is like the merchant's ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens." Proverbs 31:14-15. And here's another chalkboard weekly menu, and I decided to put these in clouds, like those thinking clouds, because some people may think, maybe like, I think this is, because some people, and here's another chalkboard one, and I decided to insert thinking clouds, because some people may say, well, I'm not sure that we're going to have this on Monday, but you may just you may not even label the days. You may just say, I know this week sometime we're going to have sloppy joes, and I know we're going to have grilled fish, and so it's all there. You have 7 clouds. Those are just your thoughts for that week as to what you're going to have, and you'll just cook whatever you feel like that night. So that's what that's for. And then you have a selection of mealtime favorites. So some people like to break their recipe binders up into categories. So like your favorite breakfast recipes. So you would put the recipe name, the source where you get it from, and any notes you might have about it. Here's a list of brunch. So your favorite brunch recipes, your favorite dinner recipes. Once again, you have your recipe, source, and notes. Favorite lunch. Here's one for snacks and one for supper. And then you have your favorite meals. So a blank line, so you can use this however you want, and it has recipe, source, and notes. Here's family favorites. So this may be, like just your favorite, like a whole collection of your favorite recipes, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or pasta or meat, just anything that's your favorite. So again, you have recipe, source, and your notes. You have, so this was your family favorites. And this one is your favorite recipes. So, you can use those two however you want. Then you have holiday favorites, so you may have like Thanksgiving dressing here, or Valentine cookies here, any holiday favorites. Then you have last minute meals. So like if you come across any meal that you have learned is very tasty and only takes like 15 minutes to cook, and your family liked it, you might want to write this down here. That way you'd have it on hand to know what to cook if you have like no time to cook, and you're down to the last minute. We'll throw that together. Meals for company. So I thought this was a good category to throw in there, because if you're having company kind of unexpected, you could put down a collection of recipes. And then you have meals for company. And I thought this was a good category to throw in, because if you have company coming over that you're not expecting, if you have been, saving recipes that you can make out of pretty much anything you always have, well, you won't have to think, oh my gosh, what am I going to cook? I wasn't expecting anyone. So that's what that is for. Then you have tried and true recipes. Recipes that you know are good. And like I said, you don't have to use all of these pages. You don't have to use each and every one. I don't. I just wanted to make it to where anyone could pick and choose, the way, because everyone's style of organizing and layout is different. So I wanted to make it to where this will work for anybody. So then you have your type of dish favorites. You have a blank line, and it says recipe, source, and notes. So if I forgot something, like this one's appetizers, if I forgot, I don't know, like breads or something, you can have all your favorite bread recipes here. Okay. And some people like to organize their recipe binders into the type of dish it is. So that's what this is about. So here's your favorite appetizers, your favorite meals that include beef, breads, chicken, dairy, desserts, drinks, fruits, so any fruit recipe, whether it's a pie or a cobbler or a cake. Then your main dish, any favorite meatless recipes, then just meats in general, pasta, pork, salads, sauces, dressings, and dips, side dishes, seafood, soups, and vegetables. Okay, so the next thing is favorite menus. Okay, so what this is blank and it says menu, and you can fill it in with whatever you want. So like this would be Christmas menu, holiday menu, and Thanksgiving menu, and then just a plain menu. Okay, so this is just a pretty frame, and then you have the exact same thing. It's just everything's the same except for the clip art's a little bit different. The last set I showed you was a frame, and these are like a steaming hot cup. It can be coffee or tea or whatever. And this is just a place where you would keep, like this one says Christmas menu. So here you have 4 menus. So if you have created a Christmas meal that you thought worked very well together, like the colors, the textures, the taste, the hot and cold, just the combination of flavors that you thought worked really well, and you may want to recreate that the following Christmas, well, you can save it here. Just write in like the main dish, like for Christmas, it may have been a ham, and then a couple sides, like what went well with that? Well, this kind of green beans, this kind of mashed potatoes. What did I serve as a complement with that? Like yeast rolls or whatever, and then dessert, and then your drinks. And that way, next Christmas you won't be trying to put together a good combination of meals again. You can just go back to this. And they are categorized. There are categories. There's a blank line, so you can put Valentine's Day or fall or whatever, suits you. Then you have Christmas, holiday, Thanksgiving, and just a general complete menu. Then you also have, so those last 2 I showed you held 4 menus, and this layout holds 2. I just really liked the old-time picture of the women with the pies. So once again, you have your blank line. It says main dish, side dish, compliments, dessert, and drinks. Christmas menu, holiday menu, and Thanksgiving menus, and just general menus. And then you have the recipe templates. Now, there are 31 of these pages in the download. I have only kept 10 of them in here, just to kind of show you a variety. The layout is exactly the same, but the clip art is different on each one. So here you put your recipe name, and here you put the source, like where you got it. If it was allrecipes.com or Pinterest. Here you have a list of ingredients, the directions, and a little note section down here. So this is just, a crock with some kitchen utensils in it. This is a banner. You have a man and a woman on a date. So I tried to put a selection of clip art, like, because everyone likes something a little bit different. And this is an old time. It's 2 women. One's reading, one's sewing. They have one of those big fireplaces that people actually used to cook in, and there's their food cooking. So it's like a simple time. Have a coffee mill, and then I also included a couple options about canning. So if you wanted to put down a canning recipe, this particular one says can until you can't. And then there's another one that I did not include in what I printed, but it's included in the download. It's a mom with a couple kids, and they're holding up canned jars that they had canned. This one just is a table full of food. And here's a grilling one. So if you have some favorite grill recipes, some favorite foreign food recipes. And I just thought that kitchen was nice. Okay, but like I said, there are 31 of those. And anyway, each picture is different. So here's an extra page section. Here's a list of recipes to try. So you put the recipe, the source, and the note. Here's your recipe sources. So like, you may get recipes from allrecipes.com or Pinterest or bigoven.com or wherever it is, or certain cookbooks, you just write it down. And then here's a recipe source key. So like if you get some recipes from, and this is a recipe source key. So if you get some recipes from allrecipes.com, you could put down like AR, that would be the abbreviation, or whatever it is you choose. It can be the abbreviation or the key to know what that is. Okay, so like back over here, let me find one. So like if you had allrecipes.com, for the key or the abbreviation, you may choose just to put AR, and you would know that that meant all recipes. So back over here, when you had a recipe and the source, you can just put AR, and you would know that you got that particular recipe from allrecipes.com. And here's a special occasions chart. It goes January through December, and you can fill it in however you want. I use this to fill in birthdays and anniversaries and anything that is a yearly occurrence that I know would affect what I can cook or if I can cook on a given night. So as I'm meal planning, I refer to this to see if there's any upcoming events that I need to take into account for meal planning. And this is a store list. You just write down the name of the store, whether it's Aldi's or Walmart or Kroger or whatever. You don't have to do this. I don't even do this, but some people like to keep track of how much things they buy all the time cost at any given store. So you may write down peanut butter, like Walmart peanut butter. So you may write down like Walmart and Skippy, 18-ounce peanut butter, $3.50. It's in the condiment aisle. That's how you would use this. And that is the end. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you have any questions, just ask. And I hope if you buy this, I hope you enjoy it for many years to come. Thank you for watching.